Thank you so much. Dignitaries, distinguished guests, let me start by congratulating the organizers for this very timely event. It is an honor for me to be here today with you on behalf of Prime Minister of the Italian Republic, His Excellency Mario Draghi, and my Minister of Foreign Affairs, Luigi Di Maio. We are in an extraordinary time in which we see converging economic, health, and climate crisis. We are facing multiple challenges that we can no longer ignore. As you know, 2021 represents a key year in the fight against climate change. Getting together to find effective solutions, sharing best practices, and catalyzing our efforts is the best possible way to tackle this threat and make a lasting global impact. The decade of action has just started, a long but irreversible journey to a net zero emissions future of mid-century. Italy, as 2021 G20 presidency and co-presidency of the COP26, is working strenuously to place the clean energy transition at the center of the political agenda. We are particularly grateful to Saudi Arabia as a member of the G20 Troika for the support and joint efforts made in order to reach strong and clear consensus in the communiqué, which was adopted at the Energy and Climate Ministerial meeting in July. Traditional fossil fuel still play a significant role in the energy mix of many countries. A profound shift towards clean energy technologies is necessary in order to achieve the objectives set out in the Agenda 2030 on sustainable development and in the Paris Agreement on climate change. Reducing emissions is crucial. According to the most accredited studies of the main international energy organizations, we need to foster more energy production from clean sources, which will also be a factor of economic growth and resiliency. Promoting innovative technologies, such as offshore renewables, enhancing the research and production of green hydrogen, developing modern bioenergy are among the essential elements. Energy efficiency improvement also plays a key role. Smart, sustainable, and resilient cities based on nature-based solutions and on the urban ecosystem approach are equally part of the equation. Coherently, urgent action is needed in order to phase out unabated coal power generation. To reach these goals, we need to join our hands, promoting international cooperation and fostering energy partnerships. In this regard, multilateral fora represent crucial opportunities to develop common strategies. Distinguished guests, considering current and future climate risks throughout the investments agenda is remarkably important as well. Public finance initiatives can accelerate ecological transition also by mobilizing private capitals. Therefore, a facilitated cooperation between the public and the private sector, together with a more extensive use of fiscal policy instruments, would be key to boost investments in green and innovative technologies. In this context, central banks can be strong allies to ramp up clean energy investments, while multilateral development banks play a key role in order to mobilize capitals toward developing countries. We should also look ahead to redefine international relations between producing and consuming countries, adjusting them to the new energy reality which is steadily taking place. Italy is already committed to develop new forms of bilateral cooperation in the field of renewables, hydrogen efficiency infrastructures, electrifications, and abatement of emissions from fossil fuels. In such a way, we aim to relaunch our strategic collaboration so to generate mutual benefits by fostering new energy sources and increasing incomes and skilled employment. The current recovery from COVID-19 has witnessed too little investments into sustainable energy, adding to the rebound in CO2 emissions. International Energy Agency analysis shows that governments around the world have mobilized 16 trillion USD in recovery packages up to now, with only 2% of this earmarked for cleaner and more resilient energy systems. Italy is actually leading by virtuous examples. Almost 70 billion euro have been allocated from the green revolution and ecological transition in our national recovery and resilience plan. The focus is on the complete decarbonization of our system, for example, climate neutrality by 2050, and on strengthening the adoption of circular economy solutions to protect nature and biodiversity. Moreover, Italian companies and banks have been among the first ones to issue green bonds and ESG indexed loans. As part of the partnership with the UK for COP26, Italy hosted an event used for climate-driven ambition, dedicated to the young generation, followed by the important negotiation forum of the pre-COP both in Milan. We are dedicated to officially involve young people for the first time within the COP framework, listening to their ideas and proposals, which have become part of the negotiation themselves. Overall, they emphasize the importance of their involvement in the climate discussion at all levels. They have asked us to focus on transition, recovery, education, and resilience mechanisms. They also called for the phase-out of fossil fuel industry by 2030 and for governments to privates to stop financing it. Youth for Climate was held back-to-back with the pre-COP negotiations. On this occasion, a consensus emerged from the 50 ministers in order to increase the commitment to decarbonization. The shift to substantial investments in renewable sources was reaffirmed as well. Finance issues have been discussed intensively at the pre-COP meeting, both specifically and horizontally. All parties have pointed out that the delivery of the $100 billion by 2025 is an issue of trust that has to be addressed swiftly by developed countries in order to help developing countries to fulfill the climate targets. Increased, accessible and predictable financial resources have been called for in order to unlock ambitions in Glasgow. In conclusion, dear friends, as we rebuild in the aftermath of the pandemic, we need to capitalize on this particular momentum, leverage on COVID-19 recovery to align investments flows with the Paris Agreement goals. Such an alignment, both at public and private, national and international levels, can create more opportunities for businesses and investors, and enhancing emerging growth, employment, competitiveness and innovation. We can demonstrate that an economic recovery and ambitious climate actions are compatible, and Italy, with its geographical strategic position in the center of the Mediterranean, can play a pivotal role to connect Europe, the Middle East and Africa into a new green energy net. We are ready to play our part together with you all. I thank you.